The Anarchy Wrestling Young Lions Championship, the second of two title matches for you this week on Anarchy Television. The Lethal Dose Stryknyn defending against Jacoby Boykins. Jacoby Boykins couldn't resist gloating over the SEC Championship victory that the Alabama Crimson Tide had recently over Georgia. And here in Cornelia, that's a serious offense here.
Well, you know what the serious offense is his interactions in the last Young Lions Championship match where he allowed, his interference essentially ruining the match between Stryknyn and Anthony Henry. I spoke to Stryknyn earlier and he said because of that, he is going to teach a serious lesson to Boykins tonight.
The Young Lions Championship, for those fans new to Anarchy Wrestling, defended under submission rules. The match can end under any stipulation, it can be pinfall, whatever. However, the only way Jacoby Boykins can win the title is via submission. If he pins Stryknyn this week on Anarchy Television, he will not win the Young Lions title.
It's so important to the Elite, too, that they get this title somewhere around somebody's waist. They hate Stryknyn, they hate him with a passion. He represents everything Anarchy stands for and everything they're against. And so they want that title stripped from him. But the question is, will they be able to get somebody in that ring? And tonight, it's going to be Jacoby Boykins who will be able to make him tap. Will they make him give up? It's not just good enough to pin him. You have to make him say, I quit, to give up, to basically hand that title over. And I don't think Stryknyn is ever going to be ready to do that.
Stryknyn, the master of the tourniquet submission hold, his pride and joy. Jacoby Boykins, not really known as a submissions master, but if it's going to win him championship gold, he will pick up a new move.
He does have that move, the Chris Crush, which we know can devastate an opponent, essentially knock them out. But whether he'll be able to capitalize on that move and then be able to apply a submission, well, that remains to be seen, Brett. Right now, he's just doing a pretty good job of laying those boots right into the spine of Stryknyn. It's not often you see anybody dominating him. I think those strikes have just been devastating upon Stryknyn. That massive shoulder tackle there.
And Jacoby Boykins using the 90-pound weight advantage he has on the Lethal Dose Stryknyn to drive him hard into the mat. Now choking him on the middle rope.
We're certainly not going to be able to get a submission that way, but he is going to be able to wear his opponent down. It may not be pretty, but it's effective, Brett.
That is certainly true, and Stryknyn taking shots to the midsection of Jacoby Boykins. Now firing up towards the shoulder. Big boot by Jacoby Boykins sends the Lethal Dose Stryknyn down to the mat.
Right now, Stryknyn is in a very bad position. I guess it's totally possible that he could just submit from all those devastating shots. He may not be able to take that pain. Certainly when he was with his partner Danny Only in the Hate Junkies, we've seen them take some hellacious battles, but you've got to wonder how much, and for the long haul, does that wear on your body? How much can your body take? Jacoby going for the pinfall. Not going to win the title that way, but certainly will be able to get a moral victory over Stryknyn.
Imagine what that's got to feel like to the Lethal Dose Stryknyn, not only being put to sleep by that sleeper hold, but having the weight of Jacoby Boykins just sitting on your shoulders, the back of your neck.
Well, I think the facial expressions of Stryknyn tells the entire story right there, but you can see that fire, that anger coming back at him as he's trying to get back to a vertical base. So I know you're familiar with both of these wrestlers. Let me ask you, what does it take to beat somebody like Stryknyn, Brett?
Well, I've seen Stryknyn in every imaginable match here at Anarchy. I've seen him in cage matches. I've seen him in hangman's matches. And you almost have to go everything within shooting him to get a victory or to make him stop moving.
Well, you know, I know how the Elite operates, and if Jacoby Boykins has to kill that man in the ring to get the victory, he may be willing to cross that line. That was such a powerful move on that back right there.
And you know where one member of the Elite is, there's more to follow. We've already seen the tag team champions, the Urban Assault Squad, in action this week. And coming up in our main event, the Deadly Sins 7 and Jeter. to take on Slim J and Azrael, so you know they're watching from the back. So at the slightest sign of trouble, they may be out here.
Absolutely. You may have one man in the ring, but you have almost dozens in the back waiting to come in to provide that assistance. You know what, maybe the strategy of Boykins, now that we're looking at this, he may be trying to crack a vertebrae. He may be trying to put him in so much pain from his punishment. The Stryknyn has no choice but to give up, just to save his own life, perhaps his career. Oh, but there's that tenacity of Stryknyn as he comes back, firing with these shots, lefts and rights. But not enough to keep Jacoby Boykins down.
You know, ever the unique crowd here in Cornelia, Georgia. Maybe the first time I've ever been at a wrestling show and I've heard a "Let's Go Bulldogs" chant. Well, that's going to get into the mind of Jacoby Boykins, even if the Crimson Tide got the victory in that SCC championship. It's still knocking his team.
I don't know if Stryknyn himself is a Bulldog fan, but he certainly fights like a Bulldog, like a rabid, crazed canine. But right now, he is just being stomped away by Boykins.
The Young Lions Championship on the line this week on Anarchy. This is Wrestling. Big splash by Jacoby Boykins. The challenger onto the champion, the Lethal Dose Stryknyn.
You know, if that were just one of these fans in the crowd, you know that would have been it. But Stryknyn, he's more than a regular man. He's almost supernatural in his abilities. He's so strong, so powerful.
Well, it shows the toughness of Stryknyn, where he still attempted to kick out of that, knowing full well that the championship can only change hands via submission. Had he taken the pin there, yes, he would have lost the match, but he'd still be the champion.
Well, I guess that shows what kind of fighting champion he really is. How much this crowd means to him, how much that title means to him, his reputation. Oh my God! Did you see Boykins' head just bounce off that mat?
Whoever gets up first is definitely going to have the advantage. And it looks like Stryknyn's going to make it up slowly, but he's up before the challenger, on their knees, trading shots.
I think this is starting to get personal between these two. It's not just a wrestling match.
Stryknyn ducking the shot, and Jacoby Boykins fires back with three of his own. Jacoby tries, ducks, two shots. Jacoby is wobbling. He's weebling, he's wobbling, ducks the clothesline. Big boot, down goes Jacoby Boykins.
Up and down with a huge leg drop. Boykins able to find his way out. Oh, he's trying to put the tourniquet on.
He's got it. He's got it locked on. Center of the ring. There's nowhere for Jacoby Boykins to go. He's telling him to tap.
Is Boykins going to tap? Will he submit, Brett? Will he submit?
He's wobbly. He's reaching.
Just look at the.
No, he's going to try and break the hold. He's into a pin. 1, 2.
What ring savvy, what a ring general he is to be able to use the momentum.
Stryknyn was smart enough to let go of the hold, get out of the pin. Big clothesline. Inside out goes Stryknyn.
Unholy God, that has got to be it for Stryknyn. I think he has got to be dead. Oh, there's still life in him. There's still life in Stryknyn. What an incredible battle these two are putting on. What a display.
Stryknyn showing the kind of honorable champion he can be by kicking out. If he's going to lose this bout, he wants to lose it by the submission. He does not want to get pinned by Jacoby Boykins, even if it would mean he was still the champion.
Referee trying to get him out of this corner, but both of those men laying rock solid shots into each other. But it looks like right now Boykins is getting the better of Stryknyn. Ooh, those shots to the Boilermaker there. Oh, those just driving those knees into his chest.
There's over 300 pounds of humanity driving those knees. Jacoby Boykins just shoving Dee Byers out of the way.
I don't know how much of that was intentional necessarily, but right now he's got his attention averted.
Wait, we've got company out here.
Oh no,
that's Bobby Moore.
The man with the most controversial elbow in wrestling.
And I noticed that elbow pad is loaded.
He says he does it to protect his opponents, but
he ducked, and Jacoby Boykins just ate the knee pad. Or excuse me, the elbow pad.
Oh!
Big
A
spear!
A spear by Stryknyn!
The winner of the match, and still Anarchy Wrestling Young Lions champion, the Lethal Dose, Stryknyn.
Stryknyn with a huge assist from Bobby Moore. An unintentional one at that. Retaining the Young Lions championship. My hats off to Stryknyn. He knows he has to do whatever it takes in order to hold on to that title. Even if it means accidentally taking an unfair advantage. I don't think Boykins has any idea what just happened to him. I think his life is now right now. Well, so far this week on Anarchy Television, the Elite is 1-1. Will they be able to go